The death of Juice WRLD back in 2019 came as a total shock, not only to the music industry but the whole genre of hip hop itself, with his passing concluding a generational curse to the Gen Zers of emo rap, and painting a whole new perspective and light towards the opioid epidemic that's been taking the life of the youth for years. But in Juice WRLD's last moments on this earth, there's still a lot of questions that we really need answers to, like how did Juice actually die? Was it from an apparent drug overdose like the people around him claim? Or did he really swallow a handful of pills to hide from the police, which caused him to have a seizure? Why was there 70 pounds of marijuana on Juice WRLD's private jet? And what business was Juice WRLD really involved in, moving that amount of drugs from state to state if it was really his to begin with?
Police ran down on that fucking plane because there was mad weed underneath and it wasn't Juice WRLD's weed. So who the fuck weed was it? The police ran down on it and Juice WRLD got spooked and swallowed a bunch of pills that he thought he was going to get in trouble for. Yes, that's his homie's fault. I'm sorry to tell you.
Juice WRLD, perhaps one of the most popular artists to flourish in the 21st century. NLMB, a gangster disciple Black P Stone set from the streets of Chicago. Now what the hell would these two have in common? Juice was a good innocent kid who grew up in the south side of Chicago but on the suburban side in a place called Homewood, known for their coffee shops and ranked the third best place to live in the country. And Juice even attended a performance arts school over there where he would be in a musical band and play basketball with his friends. Nothing troubling or any gang affiliations through his adolescence whatsoever, and if anything, Juice was an overachiever as a kid, always being involved in activities and performances. Now NLMB on the other hand is the complete opposite of any notable achievements or happy-go-lucky stories you will hear when it comes to the streets of Chicago. This gang, just like any other gang in Chicago, thrived on killing rival members, making songs about it, and then when they homies get killed, they get put on a t-shirt and a shout out in a song saying it's so-and-so's world. Then in revenge killing on revenge killing continue for generations. They're also known for their popular gang sign called Dropping the Rakes, which you've probably seen from other popular Chicago artists like King Von, G Herbo, who's in the No Limit set, Chief Keef, and Polo G, with the acronym meaning GDK, Gangster Disciple Killer.
Yeah, just like a goofy. Shoot her out just like a movie. He ain't my bitch, I'm a hoopy. We the ops nigga and you was a goofy. Run out of luck.
Nobody really knows exactly how Juice WRLD started affiliating himself in the NLMB gang in the first place, but if I had to make an obvious guess, it definitely has something to do with G Money and Lil Baby, with them signing Juice WRLD back in 2018. And I put the blame on Bibby because before he started signing any artists or really took off as a rapper or had any buzz, he was a known BD vice lord in the streets alongside with G Herbo in a gang called No Limit, or the No Limit Muscone Boys, where this gang was known for killing, robbing, and shooting people on a daily basis, and were main rival ops of the KTS gang, Kill or Survive. And though Bibby and G Herbo avoided the fatal consequence of the streets taking their lives, sadly for a lot of their friends and peers, they couldn't meet the same fate, and they would go through many trials and tribulations living this life. So I find it quite weird, why would G Herbo and Lil Baby let Juice WRLD affiliate himself with this low tier gang when they really lived that life and experienced a lot of trauma and demons going through it? Was it just cause Juice was their money maker and they were just okay with it? Did they actually officiate him in the gang even though he never grew up with them? Or did Juice himself started making his own gang ties just to feel part of the clique? I really don't know, but he even went as far as dissing rival gang members of the gang, like Lakeside Postal, who was a rival gang member who died all the way back in November 2013 at the age of 18 from being shot in the head, or Little Mister, who also died of gang violence in 2018 at the age of 24.
While we said we smoking on Ghost, smoking on Katie Pack and Pasto and Mr. the most.
Smoking Pasto till I pass out. Hey Juice, what you say about Pasto? Push his little dirty ass out.
The downfall of Juice WRLD that led to his demise is not necessarily just the drugs he would take on a daily, but more commonly the people he affiliated himself with that was in his circle, who had no business being around or involved in anything that Juice did, unless it was for their own personal benefit off his name, or using his money and access to get something from A to B. And though Juice was a super big megastar in the rap world that captured many fans' emotions throughout his music, he was also a vulnerable young artist who was just trying to fit into a gang that only seen him as an impressionable mule.